Good morning to everyone. Today we'll see about the 12th standard chemistry lesson 1. Already we are seeing, and in that we saw about the concentration of the ore. First heading will be the concentration of the ore. Second one, we saw about the conversion of this metal oxide ore to the metal oxide. Ore to metal oxide, which involves calcination and roasting. And the third step we are going to see is reduction of metal oxide. That is reduction of metal oxide. What we are doing, the metal oxide will be reduced by using reducing agent, and it will give rise to the corresponding metal. And here the selection of the reducing agent depend upon the nature of the metal. For example, some of the common reducing agent used will be carbon monoxide, and some of the metal like aluminium and sodium is used as a reducing agent. So here in the conversion of this metal oxide to metal, we are using the reducing agent. Some of the reducing agent like carbon monoxide, aluminium and sodium and hydrogen also. So here the nature of the reducing agent, the selection of the reducing agent depends upon the nature of the metal. For example, some of the carbon cannot be used as a reducing agent for some of the metals like sodium, potassium and aluminium. So carbon cannot be used as a reducing agent for some of the metals like sodium, potassium and aluminium, and carbon monoxide cannot be used as a reducing agent for some of the metals like zinc oxide, alumina, etc. Zinc oxide, alumina, etc. Here how we'll select this reducing agent? So later after this concept we'll learn the Ellingham diagram, or by applying Ellingham diagram we can able to select the suitable reducing agent for that reaction. So this is about the reduction of this metal oxide. Now we'll see smelting. Smelting is nothing but a flux is added to the ore plus flux. This flux is nothing but a chemical substance that fuses with gangue to form a fusible product, that is slag. Flux plus gangue, it will give rise to slag. Already you have learnt in 11th standard, flux plus gangue. To remove the impurity we are adding a fusible substance, that is flux, and it will give rise to a product that is called slag. So slag is a waste material obtained at the extraction. So to that we are adding some of the so concentrated ore plus flux is added, and then it is heated in a smelting furnace above the melting point of the metal. So heated in the smelting furnace above melting point of the metal. Above melting point of metal in a what furnace? Smelting furnace. So in a smelting furnace it was heated above the melting point of the metal. So at that time what happens? Some of the iron oxide present in the presence of carbon monoxide, it will be converted into iron solid plus 3CO2 gas. And if some of the impurity, acidic impurity like silicon dioxide is present, that is gangue, we want to remove this gangue, we will add a basic flux. If the impurity is acidic, we will add basic flux. If the impurity is basic, we will add acidic flux. So here the impurity like silicon dioxide, which is acidic, is present. We are adding a basic flux CaO. So flux plus gangue will give slag, that is CaSiO3. It is only addition product, slag. Okay. So this is the two steps that occurs in smelting. Then we'll see another example in the extraction of copper from copper pyrites. The concentrated ore is taken. To that we are adding this acidic flux. We are adding this acidic flux, silicon dioxide is added, and then it is added with a reducing agent like carbon or carbon monoxide, and then what we are doing, it is heated in the reverberatory furnace, and then what happens? Here the iron sulfide will be converted to iron oxide, and then iron oxide reacts with silicon dioxide to form slag. Then the insoluble carbon sulfide and iron sulfide will form what? The copper matte. Copper matte. For example, the chief ore of iron, this copper pyrites, when it is treated with the oxygen gas, it forms iron solid. ferrous sulfide plus then here this iron sulfide present is treated with this oxygen gas to form, if it is not balanced, you balance oxygen gas, it forms iron oxide. Iron oxide. Then this iron oxide, it reacts with the silicon dioxide and forms FeSiO3. It is a slag. That is a waste product obtained at the end of the extraction. Now here what happens, the insoluble copper sulfate matte present is removed from the slag. From the slag this matte is removed and it is placed in a converting furnace. So furnace and all you must remember, we saw about the converting furnace, reverberatory furnace. So in the converting furnace, during conversion what happens, this iron sulfide is oxidized to iron oxide. Then iron oxide, when it is treated with SiO2, it forms FeSiO3. Already we saw. Now what we are having? We are having the unreacted copper sulfide. So copper sulfide, when it is oxidized, it forms copper oxide. Copper oxide. Then this copper oxide again reacts with unreacted copper sulfide to form the molten copper. This molten copper is known as what? Blister copper, because when sulfur dioxide gas passes over molten copper metal, blisters are formed on the surface of the molten copper metal, that is known as blister copper. So here blister copper contains 98% copper plus 2% impurity. Blister copper contains 98% copper plus 2% what? Impurity. So here the copper oxide reacts with unreacted copper sulfide. So here it forms 6 copper, that is metal. This copper metal is nothing but what? Blister copper. Here this blister copper contains 98% copper plus 2% impurity. Finally what happened? We have converted the copper oxide. Already I told that in the reduction we are going to convert the metal oxide to metal. So already we have converted the copper oxide to what? Copper metal. So this is known as blister copper. So this blister copper, which contains what? 98% copper plus 2% impurity. Why it is called blister copper? So when sulfur dioxide gas passes over molten copper metal, blisters are formed at the surface of the metal. So it is known as what? Blister copper. Okay. Now we will see reduction by carbon. So we are going to see different reducing agents that are used to reduce some of the metal oxides and metal. So now we will see the reduction by carbon. So next will be reduction by carbon. So here the concentrated ore, that is the concentrated ore is mixed with the what? Carbon or coke or charcoal. Its formula is C, and it is heated in a blast furnace. Now this method is applied to those elements that do not form carbides at reduction temperature. So this coke or charcoal must be applied only to those metals that won't form carbide at reduction temperature. For example, zinc oxide on treatment with coke or charcoal, it forms zinc metal plus carbon monoxide gas. Then manganese oxide, Mn3O4 solid, on treatment with this coke or charcoal, it forms 3Mn solid plus 4CO gas. Carbon monoxide gas is liberated during this reaction. Then chromic oxide solid on treatment with 3 moles of coke or charcoal, it forms 2Cr. 2Cr solid, chromium is obtained plus 3CO gas. Carbon monoxide gas is obtained. So here reduction by carbon takes place in blast furnace. I told that smelting takes place in smelting furnace. Then what? The extraction of copper we have used reverberatory furnace, converting furnace, and here reduction by carbon takes place in what? Blast furnace. So all the furnace name you have to remember. Then now reduction by hydrogen. So here reduction also takes place by passing this hydrogen gas. So reduction by hydrogen. So here this method is applicable only to those elements which are less electropositive than hydrogen. Reduction by hydrogen. So we can also use hydrogen as a reducing agent, but we have to remember that the elements that are going to be reduced must be less electropositive than hydrogen. So here what happens, for example, the silver oxide on treatment with hydrogen gas, it forms silver metal plus H2O liquid. H2O liquid. Then this Fe3O4 solid, when treatment with hydrogen gas, it forms 3Fe solid plus 4H2O liquid. And another thing I am going to introduce is, I am going to introduce this water gas. What is this water gas? So in the 11th standard you might have studied water gas is nothing but carbon monoxide gas plus hydrogen gas, or it is a mixture of carbon monoxide gas plus hydrogen gas. So water gas is a mixture of carbon monoxide gas plus hydrogen gas. This mixture is used to reduce nickel oxide. So I am going to reduce this nickel oxide. What is the formula for nickel oxide? NaO. NaO solid plus this water gas, that is carbon monoxide gas plus hydrogen gas, it forms nickel. It forms nickel plus CO2 gas plus H2O liquid. So here water gas is used. So here another one important one word they can ask is, water gas is a mixture of what? Carbon monoxide gas and hydrogen gas, and this is used to reduce nickel oxide to nickel. So here I have reduced nickel oxide to nickel using this water gas. Then reduction by metal. So these are the types of reduction. That is, we are going to reduce the metal oxide into metal. For that we are following many different reduction process. And the next type is reduction by metal. So next type is reduction by metal. Okay, for that I am going to take aluminothermic process. Aluminothermic process. What is this aluminothermic process? So it is used to reduce this chromium. It is used to reduce this chromic oxide to chromium. It is used to reduce this chromic oxide to chromium. So I am taking a mixture of this chromic oxide. So I am taking a mixture of this chromic oxide, Cr2O3, plus what? Aluminium powder. I am taking aluminium powder. What is this aluminium? It is a metal. So using a metal, I am going to reduce chromic oxide, Cr2O3 to Cr. Here, to initiate this process, I am taking an ignition mixture. What is this ignition mixture? This ignition mixture is nothing but barium peroxide and magnesium. This is very, very important. This can also be asked in short answer. This ignition mixture is nothing but barium peroxide plus magnesium. So I am placing this ignition mixture above this chromic oxide and alumina. What happens in a fire clay crucible? So this crucible is known as fire clay crucible. So these are the keywords you must remember while writing the answer. So fire clay crucible, it was taken, and in that what is taken? Concentrated chromic oxide, and that is roasted chromic oxide along with aluminium powder is taken, and that above that I am placing ignition mixture. This ignition mixture is nothing but barium peroxide and magnesium. And here why it is used? It is used to initiate this reaction. At that time what happened? Large amount of energy will be liberated. So when I place this mixture, it ignites this compound and large amount of energy, for example heat is liberated. So heat is 2400 degrees C temperature is liberated, and the reaction enthalpy is 852 kilojoule per mole. Reaction enthalpy is what? 852 kilojoule per mole. So reaction enthalpy is 852 kilojoule per mole. This much amount of this heat is liberated during this reaction. So what happens? So finally what happens? Here the barium peroxide reacts with this magnesium ribbon to form BaO plus MgO, and this will initiate the reduction of chromic oxide to chromium. So Cr2O3 reacts with aluminium. On heating it forms what? 2Cr plus Al2O3. Chromium metal and alumina is formed. So finally we have reduced the metal oxide to metal using this aluminium, that is the metal. So under reduction of metal you are going to write this aluminothermic process. This can also be asked in short answer, or it can also be asked in detail also. Detail you have to express everything, you have to explain the process, and then you have to explain the two reactions. So this is our aluminothermic process. And some other metals can also be reduced, some other ore oxides can also be reduced using this metals like the sodium, and then magnesium, and then calcium and potassium. Some other metals like the sodium, magnesium, calcium can also reduce some of the oxides like B2O3, Rb2O3, and here THO2, titanium dioxide can also be reduced using magnesium. So B2O3 plus sodium, it forms 2B plus 3Na2O, and here Rb2O3 plus magnesium, 3 moles of magnesium, it forms 2Rb plus 3MgO, magnesium oxide. Then titanium dioxide, when it reacts with 2 moles of magnesium, it forms Ti, titanium metal, plus 2MgO. And here thorium dioxide, when it reacts with 2 moles of calcium and heated at 1250 Kelvin, it forms thorium plus 2CaO. So these are some of the examples of metals that are acting as reducing agent to reduce the metal oxide to metal. For example, B2O3 is reduced to B, and Rb2O3 is reduced to Rb using Mg, and titanium dioxide is reduced to Mg using titanium using Mg, and THO2 is reduced to thorium using calcium. So these are the examples of metals acting as reducing agent. Now we are going to see another important process, that is auto reduction. Here the metal oxide will be reduced to crude metal without involving the reducing agent. That is, here reducing agent is not necessary. Even on roasting the oxide ore itself, it will give rise to the metal. So in auto reduction, reducing agent is not necessary. The metal itself gets reduced to metal, or the metal oxide itself is reduced to metal. No reducing agent is necessary. For example, roasting of cinnabar. What is the cinnabar? It is nothing but HES. Cinnabar, when it is roasted with oxygen gas, or heated with oxygen gas, it gets reduced. Simply on roasting, no reducing agent is necessary. It gets reduced to mercury liquid, Hg liquid, plus SO2 gas. So this is known as auto reduction. So here on roasting itself, the oxide ore will be converted into the metal. No reducing agent is necessary, and that process is known as what? Auto reduction. That is, it automatically it gets reduced. The oxide ore gets reduced on roasting. that is known as auto reduction. So today we saw about the third step. So first step I told that concentration of the ore, that involves many methods: froth flotation, hydraulic washing, electromagnetic separation, leaching. And second step in the extraction is what? The conversion of the oxide ore to metal oxide using what? Calcination and roasting. And the third step is what? Reduction of metal oxide to metal by using different reducing agent. So today we have learnt about smelting, then reduction by carbon, reduction by hydrogen, then what? Reduction by metal. In that we saw about aluminothermic process, then reduction by some of the metals like these, sodium, magnesium, calcium and potassium. It is used to reduce the metal oxide to metal. Then auto reduction. In auto reduction there is no need for the reducing agent. Even on roasting itself, the ore gets reduced into what? The metal. So this is known as auto reduction. Okay, so I hope you understood the concept, as well as I hope you are following the everyday lessons, as well as you are doing the assignment also. Today your assignment will be, you learn and write the different reduction method used to reduce the metal oxide to metal. All the six headings you write and learn and write, and then you submit or you produce it in the group, and I will see how you have written, and I will give the comments regarding the presentation. Okay, so I hope you understood the today's concept. Again and again I am saying, you write and learn. So if at all you write and learn, you can't remember, write and learn. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you.